here just to stop this from getting in. And he actually lets it complete. So this is now getting to the scenario with this third gateway where this is a very aggressive all-in 3-gate robo push. The answer here from Stats needs to be to stay on one base, which he's doing correctly, and possibly add in some batteries down here on the low ground. Doesn't look like that is what he's going for, as Parting now starts to bring the forces together. It does throw down another slightly closer proxy pylon as well. Stats continuing to look around here. He is getting a prism of his own. Parting getting some full information here of what he is up against, seeing that there is a robo producing something. Does not know yet what that is. Does Parting... Parting's builds are definitely interesting, as he does add on a Twilight Council. He is going to go for the contain for now down here on the low ground. Parting does have a numbers advantage and has the prism, so he's going to start working away on this gateway as well as any units that he can. He's Immortal doing a lot of damage at the top. Stalker's not yet falling for either player, I believe. Nope, nothing has gone down except one sentry so far. So Parting doing a good job of keeping his units alive despite the best micro efforts here from Stats. And now Parting is going to see if he can get these Immortals to drop somewhere. Maybe take out a pylon. See if he can find anything. Oh, it's actually Stalkers and an Immortal. I apologise. As the second Immortal from Parting was never made. Instead, he's gone for the Dark Shrine. We do have 2 Immortals in a prism here from Stats. Game sounds are low. I'll turn them up a little. And we do have a bit of a fight going down here. The first Immortal will fall at the exact same time for both of these players, and Stats definitely has the army advantage in terms of things going on right now. Stalker's trying to buy as much time as possible. Parting needs to survive as these DTs come in and do the damage, and he knows it. He will not be able to use offensive DTs. In fact, he is possibly going to recall. The Dark Shrine ever so close to finishing here, coming up now to the final few seconds. And it finishes. We will see a couple of DTs immediately warped in down here in this proxy location and will be going for it. Now, Stats has gone in and seen that there is no base in the natural. Stats is going to have to try and break Parting. Parting making as many batteries as he can, because he knows if he can get DTs into the mineral line, he will absolutely decimate his opponent, and that is what he is going to do. DTs run in and start getting the kills, and now Stats has to make something happen, because he will be losing all of his probes at home. An Observer is being made at home here for Stats, who has pulled all of his workers away. There's also an Immortal here, which is going to take a lot of damage. Probes are falling, but the fight at the front is what is most important. These batteries are going to be vital, and there is going to be a recall. So Parting gets the damage he needs. He is also quite possibly going to be able to kill a pylon here, and that is going to be the case, and he will retreat. Very, very nice stuff from Parting, who is now up 7 workers. Parting hovering over the sexy logo here on the mini-map. Trying to see if he can find an angle for some damage. This prism a little bit out in the open. There is an Archon in it as well. Very important he keeps that alive. Going to try and defend at his robo here. No Zealot legs are available. It does look like Resonating Glaive will be finishing in just 15 seconds. So Stats has the bigger numbers, but also has that advantage coming in just 15 seconds. Parting is going to fall back for now onto his natural, which he has thrown down. But Parting does not have batteries yet. You can see he is throwing down 2 in the natural. Resonating Glaives is done. And there are so many Adepts here. We're talking about 16 Adepts. Archon's very good at dealing with them. 2 probably not quite enough. He would rather be looking for 3 or 4. Guardian Shield does go up here for Stats, and it looks like Parting is just going to back off. Those Glaive Adepts not going to be able to get in too far. Don't know if he'll let this complete. He does. But this is a slightly awkward angle. Actually, the Archon is not yet doing really anything. Starting to get in there now and get a little bit of a fight going. Some Immortals not quite getting it done here for Stats. There are 2 batteries, micro into the best visibility. In terms of army supply, Stats is still leading by 11. This isn't looking so good for Parting. He is starting to take down all of the Adepts. He still has a lot of Stalkers alive, but Stalkers are not good against all of these Immortals. And Stats is now taking down the natural, starting to take down Parting and break into this base. Once the batteries go, this becomes so difficult for Parting to hold. The pylon being targeted, the Adepts doing still a lot of DPS. Now an Archon goes down, probes are going to be pulled, but GG, Stats takes game 1.
And, oh my god, so what TLO did in the early game was that he mined out some of the mineral fields so that it looks like he proxy hatched on this side of the map. But he didn't do anything. he just mined out the minerals. And now Euthermal is going to scout all the way around here, thinking that there's something in here to look for. And he's just going to waste his time. Meanwhile, we have this proxy hatch for Roach Ward over here, getting ready to attack the front in the normal location. And so, we're probably going to see Euthermal rather, just frantically searching around the side of the map for some sort of proxy or some sort of hatchery, but he's not going to find anything. And you even see him keeping the Marine over here, watching for something, but that's not going to be where it's coming from. It's going to be coming from over here. Like, he's just looking so desperately for anything he can find. But meanwhile, 3 Roaches coming in with some Queens here, going to transform into some Ravagers, and this supply depot is going to die. There's not a whole lot here to defend. Even Euthermal not really going for a very safe build here, getting some Hellions and a Viking right away. He didn't see anything, so he thought that... I don't know what he thought, but just he didn't see anything, so he didn't necessarily react, and I think that this build is going to catch him quite off guard. One of the supply depots going down already, one of the Hellions dying as well, and this is going to supply block Euthermal, and this is not looking good. And that supply block is so painful too, because that means no more Marauders are going to be produced here, and he desperately needs as many units as he can. These Hellions are going to start going down. Only 1 Marauder here, and a lot of Hellions to tank, but the Hellions are getting taken in pretty easily. And now we're down to just 1 Marauder and 1 Viking, and this is not looking good here. TLO really just completely blindsided Euthermal. What, like... That was such an amazing play with the mined out minerals there, because it looked so clearly like something was going on that side of the map, but nothing happened. At least on that side, like, and it just, Euthermal didn't even bother checking any of the other locations. This factory is going to go down. These Queens are going to trade out versus some of these SCVs, and yeah, that's going to be it, folks, for game number 1 at least.
This a few times now. Showtime is generally a very defensive player. I think at this point, with the 3rd not yet going down, Su will start to get a little suspicious that something a bit aggressive is happening. He's also seen the complete wall. Su now knows he is playing against something aggressive. The Overlord is not moving over to this position to figure out what it is yet, though. Oh my god, this is so many Glaive Adepts. What are we looking at here? Glaive, Resonating Glaives finishing very, very soon. The Roach Warren is not yet done. And as you can see, there is a good amount of Queens, but this amount of Queens will be almost one-shot by this amount of Glaive Adepts. The Adepts now going to move into the natural mineral line. You can see they're going to try and take the fight to the Lings, and these Adepts will win that fight. So many Lings already going down. Mineral workers will start falling as the Adept Shade also now up into the main, where they will start working away on more and more workers. This is great so far for Showtime, doing so much damage. Roaches will begin to pop. You see 1 will fall immediately, but the Adept's still standing so strong. He has a few more now moving down towards the 3rd. They are not going to work out, but the ones in the natural doing so much damage. Look at that worker number full right now for Su. Su down to below 40 workers, and he continues to lose more and more. The 3rd is also always going to be open to attack from the reinforcements. Showtime doing a very great job right now of really thinning down this worker count. This is working out for him, but he does not have a 3rd behind this. He is very committed to this attack. He's still doing a great job. He's taking down Roach after Roach, losing a few Adepts, and now they go back down into the natural, and there are plenty of workers back down here to feast upon here, and the Oracle as well coming in to join the fray. This Oracle already picking up 5 kills. More and more workers will fall, and Showtime is currently up 12 workers. He has another Oracle down here in the 3rd. Is this going to drop a Stasis Ward? Yes, it is. This is so good for Showtime. It will stop only 1 worker, but more lost mining time, and you can see there is a Robo in this position. There are sentries. Showtime is going to go for the throat. The very aggressive style of Demour coming out right now. Something we do not get to see too often. This is incredibly clutch in game 1. He even has a Phoenix, the original Phoenix, still here. And now our Zerg player knows all about this. Su fans, you're going to need to start praying, because Showtime has a great force. The force field's very, very good to start us off as well. The Immortals standing strong. One of them a little bit too far forward is now going to try and micro back just a bit. The Queens are still standing, and they are very deadly. 2 of them get caught out in the open though. Okay, more force fields will need to go down, and that is going to be the case. You can see one of them not able to fight at all. 2 more will fall down. Reinforcements coming in, more and more Adepts to really add to the DPS here of all of these units. The Oracle's joining the fray. The Adepts will shade into the fight. And it does look like Showtime now with a 40 supply lead will be getting ready to take game 1. Showtime brings the aggression, Showtime brings the pain, and Showtime will take this map in just a couple of moments unless Sue can pull out a miracle. There are no banelings. There's very little left. We will be seeing this 2 Magic Ledges. GG, and Showtime takes the first map.